The follow-up to Unbreakable and Split is finally here. Glass. Now before I get into the review, I gotta say this. I once called the movie Split a sequel to Unbreakable because David Dunn makes an appearance at the end. But looking at it now, I really don't think it's a sequel to Unbreakable. I think it's pretty much its own film. It's like Tony Stark making an appearance in The Incredible Hulk. But we know it's not an Iron Man movie. It's like Batman making an appearance in Suicide Squad. But we know it's not a Batman movie. I guess you kind of see where I'm getting at here. And did Glass disappoint? I will get to that in a minute. Now, it's easy to separate these movies into two parts. That's what it basically is. The first part is David Dunn, whose superhero name is the Overseer, is tracking the Horde, aka Kevin Wendell Crumb. He's captured 4 cheerleaders, and he must find them before time runs out, and he doesn't want to find 4 dead cheerleaders. And then he does find Kevin Wendell Crumb, and he fights the Beast, and the two end up in a mental institution. And this is where the second part comes in. They deal with psychiatrist Ellie Stapler, played by Sarah Paulson. And who else did they meet up with? Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass. She believes that them believing they are superior individuals is delusions of grandeur. Well, I don't want to give too much more away, but that's basically the movie in a nutshell. Is this movie good? Well, I'm gonna say this. If you go into this movie expecting a superhero-like film like from Marvel or DC, I'm gonna say you're gonna be very disappointed. It takes those superhero cliches and it plays up against it. So if you and if you think you're gonna get that kind of movie, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you go in thinking it's M.Night Shyamalan, you expect a lot of surprises and that you just don't see coming, then I think you're gonna enjoy this movie. I really do. Bruce Willis gets back into his role as David Dunn so perfectly. Kind of feels like he never left. So does Samuel L. Jackson as Eliza Price, aka Mr. Glass. They both get back in their roles, and it just feels like they never left. That's what it feels like. They're good, but the one who really chews up the scene is James McAvoy as the Horde. I mean, the way he jumps from personality to personality, that just shows you a good range of his talent. He does it so perfectly. It's like the kind of actor that he is, he believes he is these characters, and that's what makes his acting work. I mean, we didn't see as many personalities in Split, but we get to see much more of them in this film. Everything kind of comes full circle here in this film. Sarah Paulson was also good as Ellie Stapler, the psychiatrist who believes these are just, like I said, delusions of grandeur, and thinks that she could make them see that they're not who they think they are. Here's a little minor spoiler. If you saw the movie Unbreakable, there is a story we heard in that film. We didn't see any flashbacks, we just heard a story, but here we actually see flashbacks to that story. That's one little minor spoiler. Anna Taylor-Joy was good, reprising her role, and glad to see her character got some closure. Spencer Treat Clark as Joseph. In the first film, he was a kid, but now he's a man. It's almost like feels like he never left his character. And I forgot the woman playing Elijah's mother. She comes back too. She's just as good too. And I know a lot of critics are mixed on this film because it wasn't the film they thought it was gonna be. Well, that's an M. Night Shyamalan movie for you. I mean, you think it's gonna go one way, but it goes a totally different way. I mean, that's. I don't think this film is terrible. It's not perfect. I mean, it makes a few errors in its own way, but it's still a solid film. It's a very grounded superhero film, and that's what Unbreakable was, very grounded. And so was, I think, in a way, so was Split in its own unique way, very a grounded film of a supervillain. All performances were good, and and like I said, if you go don't go in and expecting this to be a, a movie that you're gonna expect where you think you know where things are gonna go. It doesn't go in that direction. And M. Night Shyamalan's direction was brilliant. I love his uniqueness with the colors in some particular scene. Every scene has its own unique color, and I think that's what makes it's also good. So I give Glass a 9 out of 10. Catch you later. Bye bye.